Hey, my friends, how are you guys today? So, I haven't done a Canadian musical reaction in quite some time, and I wanted to do one. And actually, the person I really wanted to highlight for a very long time has been the great Neil Young, which I have not done yet on the channel. I don't think I did. Anyway, this is not going to be the kind of reaction like I did with Stan Rogers, whose cousin actually reached out to me on the video I did about Stan, which was really cool, just the other day actually, or the Tragically Hip, or Stompin' Tom Connors, or the Trues, or anyone like that who I did not know of and never heard before. I've been a fan of Neil Young's for 40 years. That sounds about right. I was around 12 or 13 when I came to know him through his work with Crosby, Stills and Nash. I actually saw them live in the late 80s as a teenager at this great open air venue in upstate New York at the town of Saratoga. It was really cool. I very deliberately chose the song I'm reacting to today, which is Ohio. And I'm sure almost everybody watching this knows, but in case you don't, it was a song he wrote and performed with Crosby, Stills and Nash about the shooting by the National Guard of students protesting the Vietnam War at Kent State University, Ohio. And yes, this is a very, very deliberate video today. Why? I think you probably know. In that case, the Ohio governor called up the National Guard. What's gone on this past week with our felon-in-chief federalizing the California National Guard over the objection of Governor Gavin Newsom, who took him to court, and the federal district court ruled the other day that it was unlawful. Federal appeals court has, I think, overturned that, or at least allowed Trump, I didn't read the decision yet, but allowed Trump to continue doing what he was doing, and whether and how that eventually pans out through litigation, it remains to be seen. From a historical context, from constitutional norms, I do believe that it is, if not illegal, close to it, arguably so, and certainly a federal court agreed with that. So, we live in unprecedented times. He also sent the Marines in to Los Angeles, the people who are protesting the roundup of immigrants and the treatment of immigrants. That arguably violates the Posse Comitatus Act. You're not supposed to use the United States military against its own citizens. There is nuance to all of these laws, regardless of the legality of it. It was not necessary. It's antithetical to our democratic republic that is in grave peril right now. Today, he planned his vanity parade for his 79th birthday, and that is why it was not the 250th birthday of the U.S. Army as the excuse to hold a Kim Jong-un style military parade in Washington, D.C. On the other hand, there are protests organized throughout the country today. Some are being called the No Kings protest, and which I find kind of ironic because King Charles's visit to Canada recently was a boost for democracy in the constitutional monarchy with the limited powers that he has. Whereas when we talk about the No Kings protest, it's because Donald Trump is acting like an absolute monarch, which we thought we abolished in the Western world a long time ago. So here you have it. And I just think that this song by Neil Young is incredibly apropos, which is why I'm sort of giving this long introduction. Set against the backdrop of even worse news this morning is two Democratic lawmakers from the state of Minnesota were shot. The Speaker of the House was shot and killed, along with her husband. So an assassination of Democratic political leaders. I'm just really heartbroken, and I'm at a loss, honestly, guys. I'm at a loss. But a person impersonating a police officer gained access to her home, and that's how it happened. And likewise, the same thing happened with Minnesota state senator and his wife. They're in the hospital. They've had surgery. They're alive as of now, and I think there's cautious optimism that they'll pull through. But this is horrible. So my choice of this Neil Young song today is extremely deliberate, and without further ado, I'm going to get to it and try to really listen to it and appreciate Neil's artistry And his music, I can't separate myself from the fact that I feel very sad and despondent today. But I would like to, yeah, let's just, I've said enough. Let's just get to it. Okay, my friends? As always, if you like this content, please consider hitting the like button and subscribe if you are not already and are so inclined. And without further ado, I will see you on the flip side. Okay, I'm just going to pause at that point. The opening, the guitar intro, I'm pretty sure that's Neil playing. That just does sound like his style. This is just such, the musicianship of this song is so good. And I loved his time with CSNY. You know, he played with Stephen Stills in Buffalo Springfield to begin with, even before Crosby, Stills, and Nash was a thing. Just love it. And the lyrics, I've said enough in the beginning of this. I mean, they're having an impact right now, for sure. But I'm also trying to concentrate on the music, and the music is fantastic.
Tin soldiers and Nixon's coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming. For dead in Ohio. 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 How many more? For dead in Ohio. Why? For dead in
Fade out. I'm pretty sure that guitar solo right after I had stopped the first pause was also Neil. Pretty sure. Yeah? So I open it up to all of you in the comments. Thank you for watching. And what else can I say? I just don't even know what else to say right now, my friends. Just give me some positivity in the comments, if you will. Please. All right, my friends. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Peace.